Hey guys, I'm here to talk about my product, How to Write a Screamo Song. In this lesson, we'll be taking one of my favorite songs right now and dissecting it piece by piece. This process will show you what you guys can learn from my DVD, How to Write a Screamo Song, and it will show you how each professional song is made. I'll be doing 3 of these stripped down videos for you guys to see how to properly critique a song. So our first song is by the popular post-hardcore band Sleeping with Sirens. The song is called If You Can't Hang. Style. This track has all the earmarks of post-hardcore with the addition of some radio-friendly pop flavor. The stripped-down acoustic guitar/snare drum intro tips the hat to some of the emo/alternative crossover stuff that is currently circulating. Kellen Quinn, the lead vocalist, has a very high voice, and it adds a youthfulness that also pulls the track slightly into the poppier realm. Melody. As with a lot of songs in this genre, the track is very sectional, and that makes for 3 or 4 separate melodic sections as opposed to a very clear-cut verse and chorus melody. The verse melody has a conversational feel, and it delivers more notes, while the pre-chorus and chorus sections tend to lean on longer, belted-out notes. This track has a very sectional structure with many subsections that abandon normal verse, pre-chorus, chorus structures. Using a sectional verse, including the lyrics "Stay, That's Okay" section, and a pre-chorus with the lyrics "If you can't hang, then there's the door, baby. If you can't hang, then..." You get what I'm saying. They give the track a nebulous feel, and each of the sections seemed carried by big dynamic swings. Lyric. Lyrically, the song revisits the fertile ground of contempt for an ex. The lyric, again, pushes the song into the more pop and emo realm, keeping things less visual or less image-based than what might be found in a heavier post-hardcore band. There are a few details about the story laid out through the course of the lyrics, but it is largely serving as a vehicle for the singer's passionate vocals. Title. The title, If You Can't Hang, is an interesting choice for this song. It is the most interesting sounding title, and it taps into the popular slang. But the line does not come over as the song's biggest hook. The song's biggest hook is in the chorus, which is the line's "pretty, pretty face." While I agree that If You Can't Hang is a better song title, I think with a final product, it's wiser to put the most exposed lyric line in the title to make it easier for fans to remember the song title. Overall comments. The overall production and presentation of the song is completely pro, and it can easily compete with other signed bands in the post-hardcore genre. I think the youthfulness of the singer's voice and simple lyrics could also snag the pop-punk fans who are looking for something a bit darker. Production-wise, this track has a very commercial, highly compressed sound, which makes it very radio-friendly, but sometimes comes at the expense of the singer's voice. The compression and pitch correction on the vocal gives a very commercial pop feel, and it could sound a little more emotional with a slightly grittier and dirty sound. The structure of the track is one of the strong points, as it keeps the listener on their toes, but also provides enough repetition to keep it from being confusing. The melody, on the other hand, I found a bit lacking, as most of the melodic motifs revolve around 1 or 2 notes, and doesn't make any significant interval leaps. By the end of the song, the only 2 parts of the song that stuck out to me, the only 2 parts of the melody that stuck out were the "Pretty, Pretty Face" section in the chorus and "If You Can't Hang" section. The melody could be strengthened by cutting out some of the words in the verses and in the choruses and giving the singer more space to add a few held out notes and more interesting intervals. The lyrics would not suffer much to have some of the lines cut out. With the obsessive nature and passionate vocal delivery, the listener will still understand the point of the song, if a few lines were cut here or there. Overall, a very strong effort with a great production. Okay, now that we'll know about the main elements we'll need to write a Screamo track, it's time to get started. But where does an idea for a song even come from in the first place? Let's ask ourselves that question. There are many ways to start writing songs, but a few of the most common are to start with the tune/melodic idea, starting with a chord progression, or starting with a lyrical idea. Many professional songwriters start with melodic ideas and then add the chords and lyrics later. This is generally considered to be the most advanced approach to writing a song. It can require a bunch of music theory knowledge to build the right chords. This can also, however, produce some of the most memorable songs out there because it's building from the part that most listeners gravitate towards first, which would be the tune/melody. Starting with a chord change is a more common method for new songwriters, as it requires far less music theory knowledge, but it can still produce a great track. Anyone who can strum some chords on a guitar and hum along can write a song in this way. Starting with a chord progression will give you a structural foundation for your song, and so you could build on top of it. It's a bit like a builder starting with the basement of a house. With practice, this method can be honed to a professional level. This method is actually the one I personally use to write most of my tracks. Probably the most common place for a new songwriter to start is with the lyrics. So that's what we'll focus on here. If you have a pen and paper or even a voice recorder on your phone, you can write a song starting from the lyrics. This method also requires very little music theory knowledge and can really be a gateway into songwriting. I say that because just about everyone already knows how to express themselves using words on some level. There is no right or wrong way to start a song, and the longer you do it, the more you'll find that it's often the best idea that serves as the jumping off point, whether it be a lyric, melody, or a rhythmic idea. For purposes of this series, we are going to focus on writing a song starting with the lyric, so that everyone can start in the same place regardless of musical experience and level.